In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. This is a new lecture on the topic of cracking the encryption of WPA and WPA2. We've talked in several lectures about cracking this type of encryption, right? Right. And about 3 or 4 Wi-Fi networks, right? The type of encryption they use is WPA or WPA2. It's rare to find networks still using WEP encryption or web encryption, right? Now, some people might say, Engineer Mohammed, if we use AirCrack or any of the tools you've explained before, the process is a bit difficult and could take around 7 hours. I mean, with AirCrack, even if you have a password list, some might say, Engineer Mohammed, if we use your methods, the process is difficult and could take about 7 hours. A large password list, say 20 million, could take 7 or even 10 hours. Why? Because you're using your own device, making the process longer. In today's lecture, I brought you a tool called Hashcat, okay? It can crack the password in less than 10 minutes, all right? Okay, so Engineer Mohammed, is Hashcat faster than, say, AirCrack because it uses the GPU or the graphics card of your device, not just the CPU? That's right. Sounds good, right? Okay, I've also written down in a small note everything that I'm going to. We will use it, God willing, in today's lecture to also explain more than one tool alongside Hashcat. Okay? Very good. So the first thing we need to do is a system control to stop the network manager service. All right? We'll take this command and copy it right here on the screen. We will use it, God willing, in our lecture today so you don't get confused, because we will also explain more than one tool alongside it. All right? Very good. So the first thing we need to do is we need to do it. Okay, we'll take this command, copy it like this, and write it in our terminal. All right, and after that, we'll also stop the WPA service. Okay, it's not copying. Copy, and then we paste it here. I'm going with you step by step so there won't be any problems. Also, all right? And after that, we also do stop WPA, right? And it's not copying, copy, and we paste it here. I'm going with you step by step so you don't run into any problems, okay? Sounds good. After that, we'll use the thing for the same job, right? What does it do? It tries to take from a certain place or collect those around you. For example, if you're in a place, it gathers them. As you know, I've explained this a million times. It's the same idea, right? We'll explain it now. First, we write the name like this, and this is present, it gives, right? You write the name, which, sorry, its name is a bit difficult. We give it, of course, we can certainly change the dash or whatever you prefer. You can easily name it, for example, Mohammed, or perhaps I have already named it. Okay, this particular extension must indeed be, yeah, okay, that's very good and quite satisfactory. Of course, we are definitely going to change the entire interface, and then we will proceed to write. Type iconfig. Okay, and of course, for this particular demonstration, we're actually not going to transition our current interface to monitor mode in order to capture network traffic. All right? And of course, we're not going to switch ours to monitor mode. We'll leave it as it is. So we'll take the name of this card like this, and then, sorry, I got a bit mixed up, guys, my bad. There you go. What else could it possibly be? We need to consider all the alternatives and possibilities. Then, from this point forward, we will proceed with our plan and take the necessary steps to move ahead. And we will carefully select and utilize this specific name, which is crucial for our identification process. It is important to note that this particular name might indeed be different for you, depending on your individual setup or configuration. Subsequently, we will meticulously change the value of 0, transforming it into something new and meaningful. We will then proceed to implement these changes and carry out the next phase of our operation. All right, and we press enter. Okay? As you can see, it's doing a dump, or it's capturing from all the networks around us. These are all the networks, just like we talked about before, right? Right. And when you see the file has started to be created with you, it's it's collecting, as you can see here, right? Great. So for our specific process, or for my particular method, you should definitely leave it for approximately 5 full minutes. Absolutely not less, and certainly not more than that process duration, so it can thoroughly collect, just exactly as I previously mentioned before. All right? We will just simply stop the recording at this point, and I will then get back to you very shortly. Okay, after a complete 5 minutes have passed, you will undoubtedly notice that it has indeed started to. It's not usually bringing, or in fact, it's not typically bringing, or you'll notice something. The traffic has decreased. You can do this to stop the tool. I don't usually do this. It should exit, but it doesn't. Use cutter, the cutter Z, to do that. We'll find we have a backup file here with us. All right, that's great. We managed to get a file from the handshake, one of mine. Okay, good. But to give this file to the Hashcat tool, it won't understand. It won't recognize this file extension, right? So we need to convert this extension to a specific file format so that it can accurately and completely comprehend the file and properly read it successfully. After that, you'll then be readily able to fully run your own service so that it can understand this file and read it correctly, All right? Very good. After that, you can go ahead and run the DBI service and the network manager as usual. No problem at all. Let's run them. Copy, paste, enter, and copy, paste. You'll notice that the direction is clearly there as you look closely in the image. With it, you'll find that it's established, meaning it was able to retrieve again in your distribution. Of course, use the tool, the pcap-ng tool, so we can convert the file extension, the dump file, to a Hashcat compatible format that it can understand. All right? All right. Let's clean up. Let's clear the screen a bit. And let's do it and explain this part. This is considered the name, which is, well, the mouse disappeared. Sorry, let me just open a new terminal. Sometimes the distribution for teleport acts up on me. After that, we'll paste the command, and as you can see, the file that will be extracted will be named .22000. Of course, this tool will give us two files. One file contains, and another file contains, the names of the networks, like dark, and the names of the targeted wireless networks. We put them in the dump file, or the file we extracted from the first tool. We put them in the dump file, or the file we extracted from the first tool. We put them in the dump file, or the file we extracted from the first tool. We put them in the dump file, or the file we extracted from the first tool. We put them in the dump file, or the file we extracted from the first tool. We put them in the dump file, or the file we extracted from the first tool. If we do cat for the ACID list in 22000, we'll find that these are considered the targeted networks, including dark, or the names of the networks. So among them is dark, which is my network, or our target. Very good. Solid stuff. If we do ls again, we'll see that we have hash.sh 22,000, all right? If we carefully open this particular hash, just like this, we will undoubtedly find that its essential contents are indeed present right there. Absolutely. Hopefully, the specific hash value for dark is clearly located here within this structure. Is that perfectly clear? For the entire network, you understand? Absolutely. Yes, indeed. To accurately figure out and precisely determine which specific hash genuinely belongs to which particular one, we should proceed to open it up as well, very carefully. This particular text file is provided so that we can carefully extract and utilize this specific command. It allows us to take this command, ensuring its integrity and proper formatting, before we proceed to copy and then paste it into its designated location. This methodical approach helps in preventing any potential errors or misunderstandings during the execution process. This text file is so we can take this like this and put it here. Or before we put it, we do this to get the full name of our interface. All right? We delete and put our interface. WPA Network. It's there. Repeat, press enter. It works. The item appeared, so proceed. So we can stop this, all right? Pay attention, because if you take something wrong or just a part of it, it won't work out right for you. We'll copy this like that, then we'll go to the file and we'll do, okay, we'll paste it here and do, thank God the hash is there. Otherwise, we would have had to sit and try again and wait more than 5 minutes, all right? Okay, this is considered the second one. Yeah, or the second line, all right? Okay, we'll take it like this. As you can see, it's very long, so we'll select it, select all of it, like this, and copy it, all right? Make sure we've selected everything. Okay, after that, we'll paste it here, all right? We'll put it here, I mean. Um, After that, we'll do, but before we do, you have to take or copy from this as well, so you don't mess up. Because if you copy any wrong letter, it could cause you a problem, okay? And then you'll come back saying, it's not working, Engineer Muhammad, and so on. So you'll take the name like this, or the full name. You'll do it this way, naming it temp instead of hash to differentiate it from the original file. Sounds good? Then we'll do something nice. We were able to get the network thing, basically, right? So now we've set a really long condition. Now we can use its function, but we need to have a strong one, all right? Okay, if you go to Massery, because there's a very famous and strong one at the same time. You can certainly use it, yes, on a particular and specific thing, and it consistently gives you accurate and reliable results. And its passwords, or the ones that are stored within it, are extraordinarily strong. So you will then proceed to go to Massery, or perhaps do exactly as I did, and you will then go to, or wherever it may be, and then you will carefully scroll all the way down to the very bottom of the page. You'll find, or something called, you go into it, you'll clearly see that it has been set up or something similar. Yes, you will definitely find it as a compressed file like that. You'll take this particular file and it will proceed and you'll perform this action right here. All right, absolutely. You can certainly do it here, or alternatively, extract this file from, or essentially unzip it to be precise. And you will be able to use the hashcats on the Pro, but I don't recommend running the hashcats on what is considered to be a phrase, 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 a phrase. You can use it, but I wouldn't recommend running it on what's considered just fine. That won't give the same result as the main one, which is mine. Someone might ask, can we use Hashcat on it? Yes, you can download and use it. Use it on Windows because we want to use the card or your card to its full potential, okay? Of course, it's best if you use your main operating system. If, for example, you have the system installed as your main OS, there's no problem at all. But you have to use it if your main system is like mine, for example, okay? Yeah, that's great. We're going to copy this word list and make a folder for ourselves on the desktop, okay? Because we're going to need it, all right? And of course, we're going to take the hash too. Pay attention so you don't make any mistakes, okay? We're going to take the word list and paste it here on the desktop, all right? Because we're going to need it, okay? And of course, we'll also take the hash. Pay attention so you don't make any mistakes, okay? Then we'll paste it here, all right? Good. Of course, the hash is right here. Got it? Very nice. After that, we want to download Hashcat from the internet. So you'll type Hashcat download for Windows, okay? Next, download it. Type Windows and go to their website. And you'll download the first thing or the first download, okay? Okay, that's the one, the Hashcat. Right. All right, great. It'll download like this because I already had it downloaded. Or it'll come as a compressed file, a zip file, okay? You'll need to, okay, just wait patiently for it to completely finish extracting, okay? If it visually shows up like this, you will then carefully move the essential hash2.hc22000 file directly into the designated Hashcat folder, all right? Just proceed to do that, okay? It will visually show up exactly like this. You will then carefully move it into the appropriate folder, all right? And then you will meticulously extract the entire contents of, or, all right? You'll definitely find it right here, conveniently located within this specific file. Indeed, here it is, clearly visible and ready for us to proceed. Let's go ahead and move it with us, ensuring it's accessible for the next steps. I believe this particular file, yes, this very one we're looking at, contains an astonishingly large collection of approximately 16 million distinct passwords. That's quite a substantial number, isn't it? Very impressive. Now, to proceed, we will carefully right-click on the file and then select the option to open it directly within the terminal application, allowing us to interact with its contents effectively. Which is this one, I mean. Okay, great. We'll type cat and press tab. You'll see the word appear with U-M. Of course, if you do --help, see its help menu. It's considered a very powerful tool and a very big tool at the same time. Yeah, okay. As you can see, it's considered the attack. And if you want to do like for what type and so on, okay, okay, or the types of hashes, as you can see here, all right. But so I don't get you into complicated details that might be hard for you right now, you'll write hashcat, hashcat. Then, with careful attention to detail, you proceed to write down the number 22,000, ensuring its accuracy. Following this crucial step, you are then expected to provide the specific file that is required for the operation, making sure it is the correct one. Subsequently, you will be prompted to input what is referred to as called, which is an essential piece of information for the system. Once all these preliminary actions are completed, we will then collectively press the designated button or key to initiate the next phase of the process, awaiting the outcome. When all these conditions are met and the system is ready to proceed, then, if you utilize your powerful GPU, your dedicated graphics card, the more robust and capable it is, the significantly faster your password cracking speed will ultimately be. Yeah, that's absolutely great. If I'm performing cracking operations using my very own customized word list, the recommended approach, if you use your own stronger graphics card, means faster speed. If I use my own, it would take about 7 hours, but here it takes about a minute or a minute and a half. I tried it before recording. It was about a minute. Just wait a bit. I won't stop the recording so you can see the whole process. Let's just wait a bit. I also won't stop the recording so you can see how fast it is. Okay? Okay. After that, so now, right now, it's going to read your stuff and it's going to start processing it. Okay? And of course, my password is 1234. It's 8 characters long. Okay? Let's just wait a bit more as well. Of course, we're still waiting, and I also recommend that you can check with a specific person, or if you go, for example, to the hashcat.net website, you might see that they don't write, or some of the commands on the site. Anyway, the site teaches you. We're still waiting. All right, and I also recommend that you can check with a specific person, or if you go, for example, to the hashcat.net website, you might notice that they don't really write much, or some things on the site. But either way, the site teaches you how to use Hashcat. And I also recommend, if you want to go deeper, for the entire network security. If we meticulously navigate to the Administrative Control Panel, often referred to as the admin page, and then proceed to deliberately remove the current network password, which in this specific demonstration is the very simple and easily guessable sequence of 1234, right? As you can clearly observe, we were successfully able to utilize this powerful and effective tool to effortlessly crack our very own network password, thereby highlighting a significant vulnerability, right? The whole thing took us about a minute or a minute and a half. That's all. As you can see, let's look at the passwords in the rocku.txt file. There are about, let's say, 14 or 15 million passwords, around 3 digits. That's a lot. Honestly, it didn't even take 3 seconds, by the way. Oh, it takes more than a minute and a half, right? And you see, let's confirm, there are 3 digits, and that's 15 million, right? Right? Honestly, it didn't take 3 seconds, right? It's really right. So now we should be in WPA. Okay. We explained it, whether by using it or finishing with the tool, right? God willing, I'll see you in the next lecture, if God wills.